As Galen McCown, designer of First Hunt, I'm going to walk you through how to play the game. In the setup, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your top board here, which is called the forest board, and you're going to pick one of the sides and one of 4 different rotations. In this example, we're just going to use the initial starting rotation. You're going to set up 4 of your token Terra Elves up top as the Elders, 1 to the side as your reroll token, and place yourself in the bottom row in any of those 4 spaces below the green line. There's also the arrow tokens, dice, and reference cards. Lastly, randomize the tokens and place them 4 side up on the forest board everywhere where you see a tree. For your first step, you're going to pick your shots. You may first move your elf to any of the open spaces behind the green line. Then you may place either both arrow tokens or 1 concentration shot. Arrow tokens can be placed within 2 spaces diagonally or straight from the position of your elf, while the concentration token may be placed anywhere on the bottom board called the hunting grounds. For my opening shot, because I don't know what will be coming, but I know it'll be one of those top 2, and I have a sense of how far they might leap if they're bucks, which I want to shoot, and not does that I don't want to shoot. I'm going to place a concentration shot here and take a chance. Let's see what happens. In the next step, we're going to flip over all of the tokens that are currently in front of the line of elders, and then move them as shown. They're going to move left to right, top to bottom. So in this case, we have a doe, and it has a single chevron pointing down. So simple enough, it moves 1 space, and it always flips over at the end of its movement. If the movement would take you into an edge, you would turn 90 degrees and continue movement the other way. Also, any movement that would end you on a forest token or another creature would continue until an open space, flipping at the end. In the final step, we're going to reset the board. First, we're going to remove any remaining arrow tokens, set them aside. We're going to take the line of elders and we're going to move them up 1 space. And we're going to flip back over any remaining animal tokens in the hunting grounds. Let's talk through the remaining animal movement as you've seen the does so far. So returning to step 1, and we are going to go ahead and pick our shot. I'm going to use a concentration shot and attempt to just taking a chance that something will come out over here. So again, we flip in front of the elders, and you see we have a boar. Now a boar, there are 2 in the game. They have 3 chevrons going down, and they have a special ability that basically every token they move through, whether up or not, they're going to immediately flip it if it's down and move it. So there's a buck with 2 chevrons, and bucks always move 2 spaces, and again they end their movement by flipping over. We reveal another doe, move it, flip it, and then the final movement moves the doe that we already had down there. Boar finishes the movement and flips over. The doe moves 1 space, but since all those forest tokens are in the way, it goes all the way down. And this doe on diagonal hits the corner and goes 90 degrees the opposite direction. Again, we've hit nothing, and we've got a pretty busy bottom board right now. Let's see a couple more examples. So you score in the game by hitting bucks and boars, and I have 2 options right now, so I need to set myself up to take shots at both of them without getting run into by any of the animals. So in this case, I'm kind of looking, I know how that buck's movement is going to end, so I'm going to place an arrow here to take a shot at the boar on the wing, as it were, and another arrow here to hopefully catch that buck at the end of its movement, but let's see what happens. Elders reveal, again, top to bottom, left to right. This buck's going to move 2 chevrons, hits the corner, skips over the doe, flips at the end of its movement. Doe. Again, all the way over, ends up all the way down there. This buck's going to go 1, 2, end its movement on an arrow. So whenever an animal ends its movement on an arrow, it is automatically shot. You get it. And so we put that buck in our score pile, and the arrow that made the shot is removed. Now this is going to cause me a problem, because now this boar is going to charge into me. Here's another function of the game. Each arrow on the reverse side has this dodge symbol. You can flip it to be able to move yourself out of the way of an animal that has been charging. If you don't, they will skip over your space and all remaining arrows will be moved. I'm going to get hit anyways, but I'm going to move out of the way just to leave that boar on the grounds for a future kill. So finishing up, hops, 1, 2, and he's going to hop all the way over me, and he goes out in the miss pile. And if I had any remaining arrows, they would be removed. That doe also missed, which is good. Doe hits us and another doe hits us. We've absolutely got stampeded this time around. But there's no penalty other than losing the rest of your shots if you get hit. So we missed out on some scoring opportunities, but not the worst thing possible. Moving on, we are going to advance the elders. We're going to reveal everything in the hunting grounds as usual. We're going to move and pick our shots. So you may place an arrow directly on top of an animal, in which case you get to try to take a shot on the wing, which I'll hopefully be able to demonstrate this time around. I'm actually going to place them both there, just in case I miss the boar. I can take a second shot, or I can also try to hit that buck that's going to be coming that way. All right, elders reveal. Let's see what happens. Okay, a lot happening. So first the buck, 1, 2, and flips. Boar goes 1. He's going to push that buck. 1, 2. Lands on the boar is underneath, so he's technically skipping over the space, so I get to take my shot on the wing. This is where you roll a d6. A 3 or above, you make the hit. A 2, I miss. I'm going to spend my 1 reroll token and roll again. A 5, I get it. Buck is added to the score pile. Arrow is removed. I've still got an arrow on top of that boar that is underneath. Boar is going to finish its movement, so 2, 3, flip. Now that buck, 1, unfortunately all the way out. I've lost my chance at that one. And then this doe is going to turn 90 degrees, flip. That boar would be the next to move, so again we get to roll and take a shot on the wing. 3 or higher, we get him. Hey, it's kind of a cheap roll, but I'll take it. Remove the arrow and the boar. And then finally that doe leaves. Okay, so there is nothing more in front of the elder, so we simply flip the hunting grounds, pick our shots, and go. So I have a chance at that buck, I have a chance at that boar. I'm going to pick my best possible spot, which is going to be here. I'm going to try to hit the buck there. I can place the arrow on the doe because the doe will actually be moving, and you can choose whether to take a shot on the wing or not. If they end their movement on your arrow, you don't have that choice. You automatically hit them, and if you accidentally hit a doe, it's -1 point. So let's see what happens here. Okay, so first movement is that buck, lands on that arrow, automatic bag, arrow removed. Okay, and then the boar is going to charge over the doe, and we get to take a shot on the wing. 5, nice shot, we got it. And we remove the arrow, and the doe safely runs off the map. And now we go to scoring. At the end for scoring, for everything in your score pile, you're going to score it. Boars are worth 4 points, bucks 2, and every doe is -1. We only have boars and bucks, so we've got 4, 8, 10, 12, and 14. And we take a look at our handy-dandy chart over here to see how well we've done. And 12 to 14, congratulations, you may call yourself an elven archer. Not bad. 18 is very difficult to get. Good luck. Please send me any questions you may have. Thanks for watching.